truly a pleasure to have each and every one of you here with us today. The view from where I stand is absolutely inspiring. This has been a dream for us for the last 10 months, ever since we decided to host India Blockchain Week conference. My name is Irshad, and I'm part of Emergent, the team bringing you the India Blockchain Week conference. India's inaugural world-class, pan-industry, and multi-chain Web3 conference. Reflecting on our journey, every time we attended a global Web3 conference, we couldn't help but wonder why India, with its immense potential, didn't have a conference of similar scale or experience. Conferences, after all, play a crucial role in not only spreading awareness about the industry within the country, but also in garnering attention from the global community. So earlier this year, we took a shot at changing that narrative, and here we are today. I thank each one of you for joining us and making this a reality. And now, with great excitement, I introduce our first speaker for the day, Tak Lee. I've worked with Tak for over 4 years now. He moved to India 10 years ago, and I can confidently say that he believes in the India story more than many of us do. His presentation today encapsulates this sentiment as he delves into the theme of accelerating India's digital renaissance. So let's put our hands together for Tak Lee, CEO and managing partner at Emergent, and a key figure behind IBW.
Hello, welcome to India Blockchain Week conference. Today, for the opening speech, I wanted to tell you why we decided to host India Blockchain Week and what we want to achieve through this long week festival of Web3 industry. Let's start with India. India has significantly contributed to the internet economy as builders, enablers, and consumers. Let's start with the builders. First, Indian tech talent forms the backbone of the internet economy. India has 17.6 engineers that account for 25% of engineers globally. And India produces 1.5 million engineers every year, more than any other country, including China. And I believe this trend will accelerate. Second, Indian tech talent are building next-gen tech giants, also known as unicorns. If you look at number of unicorns in India, the number of unicorns grew from 6 in 2014, a year after I moved to India, to 108 in the last year. Of course, the total number is still lagging behind US and China, but the speed of production is almost 2x of those countries. And I believe this trend will also accelerate. Third, Indian tech talent are leading tech giants globally. If you look at S&P 500 companies, the top 10 companies account for 30% of the total market cap. Within those top 10, 34% of companies by market cap are being led by Indian CEOs. And 6 out of those 10 companies have Indian origin person in a senior leadership position. And what's more interesting and what I personally find it more intriguing is 14 out of 15 CEOs from top 10 US public companies led by Indian origin CEOs have had their upbringing at least up to a college or higher education in India. And I believe this trend will accelerate. And that's why we need to talk to students and founders sitting next to you. Now, let me talk about enablers. First, Indian tech companies are enabling businesses to scale competitively. Salaries are the largest part of the investment for most of software companies. India helps those companies build more with less, much less, at 1/3 of cost if compared to the US. With this cost structure at scale, Indian IT services companies have grown significantly and now have the world's largest market share. And their core capabilities have also upgraded significantly, all the way from business process outsourcing to full-fledged software R&D center, also known as GCC, Global Capability Center. Today, India has 1,600 plus GCCs with 45% market share globally. And I believe this trend as well will accelerate. Second, Indian tech stack is enabling enterprise to drive innovation at scale. Indian tech stack, also known as India Stack, is a set of open and interoperable APIs used for identity, payment, and data sharing at population scale. And it wasn't built by one private or government institution, but mostly by volunteers from multiple organizations. Last year, WhatsApp announced its integration of UPI and partnership with the banks and the largest retailer in the country, and launched a grocery store on the app. Now, India is the only place where people can shop end-to-end on their WhatsApp without leaving the app. Like this, India is increasingly becoming a massive testbed and market for the world's most innovative solutions. I believe this trend will also accelerate. Lastly, Indian tech stack is enabling states to building digital public infrastructure. As of now, 14 countries have had unified payment interface integrated, and 7 countries have announced India Stack integration for their identity solution. In case of Philippines, 70% of population already got India Stack enabled digital ID as of today. The Economist described India Stack as India's digital version of Chinese the Belt and Road Initiative. I believe this trend will also accelerate. Now, let's get to consumers. First, Indians have emerged as the largest consumer of content in the internet economy. In 2016, Reliance Jio has launched the world's cheapest data plan across the country, and since then, Indians have been enjoying online content day and night. Today, Indians spend more time interacting on social media, watching online videos than any other nationalities. And I believe this trend also accelerate. Second, Indians have emerged as the largest consumer of instant payments in the internet economy. India, a massive union of many states, has been lagging behind in the physical infrastructure game, and it's shown in the number of ATMs available out there. However, India is leapfrogging other countries in the digital infrastructure game. It is shown in the right chart. India last year alone has seen 90 billion instant payments worth 1.5 trillion made. And I think this trend will also accelerate. Lastly, Indians are rapidly emerging as consumers of open network applications. Open network for digital commerce, known as ONDC, which is part of India Stack, is open, meaning accessible to anyone, and interoperable, meaning people can build and integrate on top of it. ONDC has launched last April. It has been penetrating into consumers very fast across multiple domains, including grocery, mobility, and logistics. And I believe this trend will only accelerate further. Now, let me talk about India and blockchain and explain why we call it collective destiny. I believe India is destined to emerge as a leader in the open, interoperable, and decentralized internet economy. First, Indian tech talent are rapidly adopting open source, interoperable, and distributed tech. If you look at the number of new developers on GitHub, India is leading the world in a big way, adding 5 million plus open source developers annually, more than 3x of second largest contributor. And if you calculate number of blockchain developers by country and region, the trend is clear as well. And again, I believe this trend will accelerate. Second region, India has a long history of diverse culture and resilient governance. Culture, I don't think I need to explain. Just look at the numbers. India has 750 spoken languages, out of which 9 are by more than 50 million people, 705 recognized ethnic groups, 60 major political parties, 28 states, 22 official languages, and 15 plus spices in curry. And India has gone through the highest number of major governance changes among large states over the last 2,000 years. And India currently has the world's highest number of political parties in its parliament as well. I think this shows India has developed a strong sense of resilience around its governance system, and I believe India's such diverse culture and resilience toward governance go well with the core values behind blockchain technology. Lastly, Indians are rapidly already adopting crypto and blockchain-enabled services. India, a country of 1.4 billion population, has a huge upside for crypto adoption compared to other countries, and it's happening fast. An increasing number of both private enterprise and public institutions have been starting out blockchain projects. And I believe this trend as well will accelerate. And now, finally, let me talk about India Blockchain Week. First, India Blockchain Week aims to bring the entire industry together. Through its flagship event, IBW Conference, we try to bring every stakeholder in the industry together, share ideas, and learn from each other. Out of 45 sessions, topics will be centered around 5 major themes, and we invited 125 thought leaders globally. And we are all part of 2,000 plus participants in the conference, including 500 builders, 50 plus students, 35 investors, 30 plus journalists, 25 communities, and 15 plus policy advocates. Lastly, we have 35 plus sponsors, and without them, the conference would not have been possible. So I want to say thank you. IBW also aims to showcase Indian builders and startups to the world. At IBW Hackathon, we are expecting 3,000 plus developers to participate and build 100 plus projects. At IBW Demo Day, we have seen 125 plus startups applications, and now we have 12 finalists who will be pitching to the investors from 10 plus VC funds globally. And here again, without these partners, these events have not been made possible, so I again want to say thank you. Lastly, India Blockchain Week aims to become a long-week festival of celebrating open, interoperable, and decentralized future. As per our estimate, there are 5,000 plus people attending 17 plus conferences, 10 plus hackathons, and 100 side events. And there are these many ecosystem partners who made this week possible. So yeah, IBW is made possible by all of you. And let me say thank you all once again. Thank you, and we all gonna make it together. Thank you.